They're like, no, the king doesn't want money. He knows you're poor. He wants 100 foreskins of Philistines. And David is like, that's all? Say less. So David goes, he doesn't bring 100. He brings 200 foreskins of Achira. That's how you don't like. Anyway, he brings 200 and then and then the reason why Saul actually asked for 200 foreskins was he was hoping that the Philistines would actually kill David, right? But wrong. David brought 200. Saul is like, okay, fine. You know what? This has happened. And then Saul just said, I think this boy just needs to die at this point. Like this boy, let's not do these games anymore. So Saul calls his son Jonathan and calls the advisors. Because remember, him trying to kill David was just sneaky. Now, Saul was just like, you guys, this boy needs to die. And Jonathan immediately goes to David and says, my brother, my father wants you dead. Run, just go and hide. I'll speak to him, but go and hide. So Jonathan goes back to his dad and says, Dad, really you want to kill him? Remember Goliath? Goliath? He killed Goliath. And then, Saul is like, true word. And then he's like, okay, fine. I swear I will not kill David. Right? Wrong. So Jonathan anyway goes back to David and says, look, my dad squashed it. There's no beef. My dad even saw you're safe. Right? So David comes back and then Saul even says, come back into basically the royal chambers and you'll be sitting on my table and all because Saul had sent him out to go and be killing Philistines. But now he's like, come back, you're fine. But Saul still wanted David dead. So Saul then called his advisors, minus Jonathan this time, and says, look, we need to go. In fact, just call these boys, go and kill. So he's married now. David is married to Micah, right? So Saul calls his boys and says, go and kill David in his house. Micah gets news of this. I'm sure she had spies in the house. And she probably knew her dad hates David. So once she heard about it, immediately she tells David, run. She helps him out of the window and then she props his bed to make it look like he's sleeping. So they come to the house and they're like, where's David? And Micah is, he's sick. He's in bed. He's sick. I know you feel you want to look, go look. And then these guys go back to Saul and say, hey, they said your daughter said he's sick. And then Saul is like, sick? Dude, I said kill somebody. You're telling me he's sick. Go and kill him. So they go to the house. They try to kill him. But then they find out that he's not there. And then Saul calls his daughter and says, why are you deceiving me? And she's like, hey, bro. Okay, not bro. Dad. He wanted to kill me. He told me he has to escape. What do you want me to do? Which was a life cost. Yeah. So now David is on the road. So David runs to Samuel. Samuel is the prophet, remember? And then Saul hears that David is with Samuel. He sets people. He also goes there, but he can't manage to kill David. Then David then goes to Jonathan. Says, Jonathan, your dad wants me dead. Jonathan is like, no, he swore to me. You're fine. You say, you know what? It's fine. So they have this kind of covenant thing where look, I'm your brother, you're my brother. I will protect you. You protect me. I know God. So Jonathan says, I know God is with you. So I want you to protect, if anything happens to me, you protect my own. If anything happens to you, I'll protect your own kind of thing, right? So they kind of have this agreement. And then Jonathan says, look, we're going to do this. They do this secret thing where coded message where I'll go speak with my dad again. And if you are safe, if everything is safe, I'll tell you to come back. If things are not safe, I'll tell you to run. So Jonathan goes back home and then he has this interaction with his dad. Saul is like, I want him dead. And I want him dead because of you. Don't you realize that this guy is going to take the kingdom away from you? And then in this process of them arguing, Saul actually also throws his spear at Jonathan. Now, this is the third or fourth time Saul is throwing a spear at somebody. He must be a lousy shit. But I digress. Jonathan then realizes his dad's hatred for David is true off. So the deal they had was, or the secret code thing they had was, Jonathan was going to told David to go and stay in a place 3 days from there when he had the first discussion. And he's like, I shoot my arrow. If I tell the boy to go pick up the arrow, it's safe to come back. If I tell him, you know what, the arrows are too far, forget it. Yeah, so Jonathan does that. Says, bro, forget the arrows, it's too far. And then David got the message. But trust David. David waits until the boy with the arrow goes away and then he meets Jonathan. And then Jonathan says, yeah, bro, run. So yeah, I know this has gone on for too long, but the story is there's more. So I think let's just split it into part 2. So this is part 1 of David and Saul. Well, I hope it's 2 parts, but because it's kind of long, but I won't skip anything for you guys. So I think what I also want to say is that the Bible is still relevant today. And there's still lessons that we can learn from the Bible as individuals. So my thing to you would be, please find a Bible-believing church to join. And if you don't know any Bible-believing church, we can come to the Placesetters Church. If you're in Johannesburg, this is our address. If you are not in Johannesburg but still don't know any Bible-believing church, you can join us on Sundays at this link at this time on Sundays.